Imagine standing in the middle of a vast, quiet desert. Everything is still, and then you hear a low hum in the distance. At first, you think it's just the wind, but as the sound gets louder, the sky starts to change color. It's not a storm or a sunset, it's something alive. Millions, then billions of wings start to block out the sun until the day turns into a strange, flickering twilight. It's one of the most incredible things nature can do, and today I want to tell you the story of how a few tiny eggs under the sand can turn into a massive force that changes entire landscapes in just a few weeks. The desert might look empty and dead most of the time, but it's actually full of secrets. Deep under the hot sand, there are eggs waiting, and they aren't just waiting for a few days or months. Some of these eggs can stay hidden in the dirt for up to 20 years. Think about that. 2 decades of total silence just waiting for the perfect moment. That moment is the rain. When a big rain finally hits the dry ground, it's like a wake-up call. The water soaks into the sand, and suddenly life starts to move. Once they hatch, these tiny locusts don't have wings yet. People call them hoppers because, well, that's all they can do. They're small, bright, and incredibly hungry. Since they can't fly, they have to walk and jump to find food. But how do they know where to go in a giant desert? They actually use their sense of smell. They can catch the scent of fresh green grass growing far away, and they start to march toward it like a tiny, focused army. Usually, it takes about a month for these little guys to grow up and become adults. But when the weather is just right and there's plenty of food, they hit the fast-forward button. They grow much quicker than usual, shedding their skins and getting bigger every single day. Their bodies even start to change color as they prepare for the next stage of their lives. It's a complete transformation. They aren't just solo insects anymore. They're becoming part of something much bigger. As they get their wings, their behavior changes too. They start releasing special scents, which are basically like text messages telling every other locust in the area, hey, it's time to move. This is where things get really intense. Small groups start to find each other, and those groups join even bigger groups. Before you know it, you have a swarm. This is truly the world's largest locust swarm in the making, and once it starts, there is almost nothing that can stop it. When these swarms get moving, they are a literal cloud of hunger. An adult locust can eat its own body weight in food every single day. That might not sound like much for one little bug, but when you have a billion of them, they can eat hundreds of tons of plants in a single afternoon. They land on a green field or a forest, and within minutes, it's like the plants never existed. This is exactly what happens when billions of locusts attack a region. They leave nothing but bare branches and brown dirt behind. To save energy, they don't just fly aimlessly. They're actually very smart about how they travel. They hitch a ride on the wind. By following the airflow, they can travel huge distances without getting tired. And because the wind usually blows toward areas with low pressure, where rain and new plants are likely to be, the wind basically acts as a GPS, leading them straight to their next meal. These swarms can grow to be absolutely massive, sometimes 40 miles wide. Imagine a cloud of insects that takes hours to pass over your head. It's a roar of wings that sounds like a jet engine. It's a natural event that is both terrifying and beautiful at the same time. But as quickly as they appear, they vanish. Once the food runs out or the weather changes, the swarm thins out. The billions of wings go silent, and the desert returns to its quiet, still self, with new eggs tucked safely under the sand, waiting for the next big rain to start the whole cycle over again. Nature has a way of showing us just how powerful it can be, even through the smallest creatures. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden power of the desert today, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me bring more of these incredible stories to you. Thanks for watching TSON Earths, and I'll see you in the next one.